Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dean of Peter F. Drucker and Masatoshi Ito Graduate School of Management at Claremont Graduate University, Ira Jackson.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm Ira Jackson, and it's a tremendous honor and pleasure to be with you today to share a few additional lessons from some of the greatest management minds of our time at the end of two informative and, for me at least, very constructive days. There's Jack Welch, who during his 24-year tenure at the helm of General Electric took the company's market cap from $14 billion to $410 billion. There's Google's Eric Schmidt, who leads one of the most admired companies in the world. And Nandan Nilekani, co-founder of Infosys Technologies in India, ranked by Forbes as one of the globe's 5 best-performing companies in the software and services sector. And Shoichiro Toyoda, who helped turn the Toyota way into a synonym for developing employees to the fullest and producing goods of unparalleled quality and technological excellence. And there's Wendy Kopp, the founder of Teach for America, a social entrepreneur who's been so successful, the Wall Street Journal just ran a piece that suggested that her model for transforming public education should be applied to the troubled healthcare industry. They call it Heal for America. And here's A.G. Lafley of Procter & Gamble, whose relentless focus on the customer and product innovation earned him CEO of the Year honors from Chief Executive magazine. Welch, Schmidt, Nilekani, Toyota, Kopp, Lafley, Bill George, Andy Grove. What do they all have in common? Well, they're not only phenomenally successful as innovators, as value creators, as transformative leaders, they also count themselves as disciples of Peter Drucker. And they turn Drucker's ideas into action. Now, I don't need to tell anybody after our 2 days in this room what a turbulent period we're still working our way out of. There are many numbers that have been used to capture the immensity of the financial crisis, but I'll share just 2 that I find particularly striking. $50 trillion. That's the total value lost last year in financial assets around the globe, according to the Asian Development Bank, a staggering amount, roughly equal to the total annual output of the world's economy. 50 million. That's the number of people around the world at risk of losing their job by the end of the year, according to the UN's International Labor Organization. At the root cause of this disaster lie basic failures of management. Too many companies focused on short-term profits at the expense of long-term stewardship. Too many substituted cleverness for genuine innovation. And too many have treated their people as expendable in the end. In all of this, corporate America has violated the basic principles that Peter Drucker taught us. It's futile to argue that a business has only one responsibility, economic performance, Drucker wrote. Economic performance is the first responsibility of a business. Indeed, a business that doesn't show a profit at least equal to its cost of capital is irresponsible. It wastes society's resources. Economic performance is the base without which a business cannot discharge any other responsibilities, cannot be a good employer, a good citizen, a good neighbor. But economic performance is not the only responsibility of a business. Every organization must assume full responsibility for its impact on employees, the environment, customers, and whomever and whatever it touches. This is its social responsibilities. At other times, Drucker was even more succinct, declaring that the first responsibility of any executive can be boiled down to the code established more than 2,500 years ago by the Greek physician Hippocrates. And why shouldn't every manager take the Hippocratic Oath? Above all, do no harm. For more than 60 years, through more than 10,000 book pages, 39 books, Drucker blessed us with this kind of practical wisdom, as well as unparalleled insights into innovation, entrepreneurship, the customer, the employee, knowledge work, planning, communication, teamwork, ethics, and effectiveness. It's no wonder that Business Week called Drucker simply the man who invented management. Or that Tom Peters has said of Drucker, he launched the practice of management as we know it today, and probably as we will know it for decades to come. It's no wonder that Harvard's Rosabeth Moss Kanter has described Drucker's uncanny prescience this way: Peter Drucker's eyeglasses must contain crystal balls because he anticipated so many trends. Or that Jim Collins has said that he discovered Drucker's intellectual fingerprints on so many of our greatest companies, GE, Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson, Hewlett-Packard, that he was tempted to give his first book, Built to Last, a different and simpler title, Drucker Was Right. What you may not know is that November, this next month, marks Drucker's 100th birthday, and we and our friends and affiliates around the world are celebrating through the Drucker Centennial, a slate of activities and events from Claremont, California, to Nanjing, Nanchang, Shanghai, Hong Kong, and Beijing in China, from Brazil to Korea, from Japan to Argentina, from India to Peter's birthplace in Vienna, Austria. And of course, you are sitting in an official Drucker Centennial event here at the World Business Forum. I want to thank HSM for making the World Business Forum a part of the Drucker Centennial. We're deeply grateful and extremely proud. The Centennial has attracted an extraordinary array of leaders who are actively helping us not only to light a candle to Peter or simply preserve his legacy, but to build on his work and to put his principles into practice. One of our Drucker Centennial chairs, Pastor Rick Warren, author of The Purpose-Driven Life, is extending Drucker's teachings through his global network of socially connected churches. Another Centennial chair, David Gergen, is using his powerful voice to infuse the public discourse with Drucker-like clarity and perspective. And corporate leaders who are making the future today, people like Costco's Jim Sinegal, Amgen's Kevin Scherer, and Scott Cook of Intuit, are also thinking a lot about Drucker. They'll be gathering in Claremont next week at the invitation of another Drucker Centennial chair, P&G's A.G. Lafley, to discuss what Peter thought the role of the CEO should be as we roll further into the 21st century. And so how can you get involved? You might consider enrolling at the Drucker School, where Peter taught for the last 35 years of his career, in one of our customized executive education classes. Or you may consider sending one of your most talented managers of the future to our values-oriented MBA or EMBA programs. Drucker, I'm proud to say, was recently ranked by the Princeton Review as one of the nation's top 15 business schools. For those of you who can't join us in Claremont, and you're welcome to our little city of trees and PhDs, you now have an extraordinary opportunity to bring a little Drucker right inside your organization. The Drucker Institute's new management training system, Drucker Unpacked, allows organizations of all kinds to master Drucker's core principles and then turn them into action. Drucker Unpacked is delivered through engaging, self-facilitated training sessions in a box, if you will, that are unlike traditional workshops. With our proprietary process and materials, participants actually drive the learning themselves, sharing their personal experiences and creating their own ahas. Most importantly, they walk away with real ownership of a concrete plan to turn their insights into results, just as Drucker himself prescribed. I hope you'll visit our Drucker Unpacked booth in the lobby on your way out and learn more. You'll learn more about how you can unlock and unleash Drucker principles and practices throughout your organizations quickly, inexpensively, and effectively. These are, as virtually all of our speakers have observed, not easy times. Given that, the most successful organizations know that they need to get back to the fundamentals of great management. They need, that is, to get back to where it all began, the teachings of Peter F. Drucker. Drucker's insights on effective management, ethical leadership, and social responsibility have never been more essential. Quite simply, we need Drucker now more than ever. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope you'll join us in rediscovering Peter Drucker and putting him to work in your organization and throughout our global society. Thank you.